acting right before we go live. Why y'all always acting right before we go live?
We are live.
Hey. Oh my God, the stuff that y'all do not see, y'all do not hear prior to.
What's I know the stuff that goes on, y'all. Anyway, had a little technical difficulties. What's up, tribe? How you guys doing?
Welcome. We a tribe now?
Well,
I know we're saying they're a tribe.
We've been,
it's been the tribe.
You gotta watch some of the.
Maybe you don't watch the videos. We've always been a tribe.
Yeah, because you started tribe.
Okay. Maybe I'll stop drinking before. Okay, go ahead.
What's up, tribe? How you guys doing? This is the podcast you all know and love. Really, bitch. Move over a little bit, Lena. Your face is cut off. Who was that? Quintessential. Hey, boo. We was finding Quintessential. Quintessential's a Zeta, and we were just having a conversation about Divine Nine off camera, but we won't get into that today. That's a bigger conversation. Maybe we can get into. Maybe we can invite some Divine Nine on the show and have a conversation about it.
Hi, Diva Law.
Hey, Diva Law. How you doing, boo? So welcome, everybody. We're going to go ahead and get this party started. As you can see, well, first of all, I want to say happy birthday to my president, Barack Obama. Today is his birthday.
Happy birthday.
Hope he is celebrating well. Unfortunately.
He has a time now.
Well, unfortunately.
He probably went surfing on the moon or something. You know, he been getting it in.
He does get it in, and I ain't mad at him. I'm not mad at him. He's been enjoying his life.
He's what, 48, 29?
I'm not sure what. I thought he turned 50 in the White House because Michelle turned 50.
They don't look it.
I think she's older than him, but like not by much. Okay. Yeah.
They don't look at whatever y'all doing and keep
it up. Well, you know, black don't crack. Y'all know how that is.
Especially take care of black.
You know, y'all know black don't crack. So I just wanted to start off with that. The other thing we need to start off with before we get into the bullshit and the word. What?
What? I can't.
Before we get into the bullshit and the fuckery, we absolutely need to discuss, acknowledge what has happened in our country in the last 48 hours. We have had 2 mass shootings in 2 days. I want to just send, prayers to those families affected, those areas affected. I'm just not sure what it's going to take in this country for us as a country, not us individually sitting here or you guys, but us as a country to really get it together. I just don't know what it's going to take.
Well, first of all, we need to let go of this love that we have for guns in this country. And we criticize other countries about it, but you look at other countries and how they run the country overall.
And other countries don't have these mass shootings like we do.
And I'm not saying they are crime free. They're not a utopia. I'm not saying that. But to the level to which we live in fear of you can't go to movies, you can't go to the grocery store, you can't go anywhere. We're a prisoner in our own home because of the way our society is structured. But we keep saying, oh, we have the right to bear arms. Yeah, we did when it was a musket. You were shooting 1 bullet an hour.
Right. And when your closest neighbor was 20 miles away on horseback, and there was no law enforcement as we see it today. Like when that was written, it was written in a different time, in a different era. And so for people to keep holding on to that.
From my understanding, the actual Second Amendment was basically for just in case, the founding fathers were saying, just in case we get too big for our britches, we don't do what we say we're supposed to do. It's there for the people. So be like,
turn on their asses.
Like, all right,
well, then we need to do it.
We got to scorch the earth.
Then that's what we need to do. That's what we need to do. Then, however it was meant, it was written at a different era.
That's what it was meant for. Now, on that note,
Obama is 58 today. Thank you, Rebecca.
On that note, what this originally was written for, I was just wondering when we actually going to do what it was originally meant for. Because I thought I was waiting for it to start with Flint. Because I was like, how bad does it have to be? People have water. I understand, like certain things get cut off, whatever, the government raise taxes, do other things.
But at no time should we be deprived of basic
water.
We should not be deprived of basic human necessities.
Basic.
I was just waiting for the shootings to start. I figured, in Michigan, it was just going to be a line of residents with guns. Say, oh, you got to go.
But unfortunately, If you
The
look
hell,
at
due process to get this leg. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
Do what
Like
you
I don't
gotta
know. Like I said, I'm so just stuck. I'm just like, what is it that we have to do as a country? What do we have to do?
But unfortunately, the group that's largely affected by the Flint water crisis are people of color or people of poverty. You know, so
Right.
of course in this country, let's call it.
According to the news, they have guns.
According to the news, and let's be for real, we realize that today's age of news is and can be and is manipulated.
Just
So you know how is it just me?
You want to turn the fan on? I'm not hot, but you turn the fan on.
I mean,
But I'm not
Excuse me.
drinking either.
I look good. I don't know if I look that good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not drinking, so that if I start drinking, I probably would.
Fair enough.
Why am I not drinking?
I
Don't know.
did not ask that
That
question.
looked like you were going to ask me why I'm not
I
drinking.
was not.
I don't know why I'm not drinking.
You know,
Remedy the situation, please.
unofficial sponsor.
Remedy the situation, please.
Yeah.
Whatever. It's whatever.
All right. Peer pressure. Peer pressure.
There you go. That's enough. That's good.
Children, don't let this be you. Don't let the peer pressure get to you.
Children, nothing. This show not for
Well,
children.
sure.
You like my shorts?
Oh,
Thank
that's
you.
cute.
Mhm.
Yes, I just think that again, I saw a report like maybe 2 years ago where they had a plumber who actually lived in the affected area, and he was saying that he gave us credentials, master plumber, blah blah blah. And he said that the problem could be fixed with some piece that costs roughly anywhere between $40 to $50 per house. And he was like, he had got a bunch of whatever union he was in. They had a group of plumbers who said they would come out and literally go house to house to house, fixing the problem.
That's right, Quintessential. Pour your Chardonnay. Join us, boo.
And he said that the governor, whoever, wouldn't allow them to do it.
Here's my problem, and I don't even want to go down the road of the Flint water prices again. I don't give a damn if it costs $5,000 a house. Those are our citizens in our country that something as basic as being able to wash their ass every day, they can't do. I don't give a damn how much it costs. And I understand your point, but I don't give a damn how much it costs. And it is a travesty that we, and I say we, including myself, in this country have allowed this to go on. Yeah, we hashtag and we talk about it and we repost, magazine articles or whatever. But what the hell are we going to do? When are we going to be? When is enough? Like, again, you can't even go to the damn Walmart. This man said that he went into that Walmart. He specifically targeted that area because he wanted to kill as many illegals as possible. That was his purpose for doing that.
But the thing is, in the area that he was in, is a great mix of diversity as far as citizens and soon to be, progressing citizens. So how they don't walk around with stamps that say illegal. So how does he determine?
Because our president
racist.
has constantly put it out there that anybody who's here that's Latino must be illegal. They're illegal. Anybody here now not take into account all the Europeans that are here illegally. They don't matter. That's not important.
Right. I mean,
hey Pam, the viewers in the house. Hey girl.
Hey. But I'm looking at the fact that I said it earlier off camera. The culture of any organization, be it a country, be it a small company, whatever, flows from the top.
Hey, Bobo. Hey, Boo.
We have a person who sits on our highest lane, who sits back and spews racism anytime his thumbs feel like moving. And you are allowing for it to constantly spell out and overlay to the point we have in shootings. And the thing about it is you can't sit back and say you're not spewing racism, because if you're saying that anybody who's brown, Latino, especially in a southern state, is here illegally.
I love it how a lot of correspondents and in the news or whatever, they're saying that the rest of the party is not saying anything.
That's the point I was getting ready to make.
I'm like, well, then they're part of the problem as well.
That's the point. No, they ain't part of the problem. They are the problem, because at this point, I ain't even mad.
Just guilty.
At this point, I ain't even fucking mad at Trump anymore. At this point, I'm mad at the people around Trump that are allowing it to continue to happen, because our country is built on checks and balances, specifically for this reason, that if we fucked up and put a crazy person in charge, that there's a check and balance that's going to stop him from being a crazy person. And the problem that more so than Trump at this point,
say 15 minutes.
Exactly. More so than Trump at this point is the Republican Party is they're complacent with letting him be stupid because they're getting what they want. Mm-hmm. They're like, he can continue to be an ass. He can continue. Somebody said in the comments a minute ago, a dog whistle. Let them watch the show over there because if y'all paying attention to all the laws that they're reversing, environmental laws that affect commerce, laws that affect the local governments that will trickle down. Look at what they're doing with the Supreme Court. Look at what they're doing with abortion. That is why they're letting him continue to do what he wants because they're getting what they want over here. Mm-hmm. And so my problem at this point is fuck Trump. It's the people that's supposed to keep him in check that I have a problem with at this point because you're not doing your job. Trump being a crazy dumbass is just Trump. Yeah. I mean, that's who he was. That's who he is. But why are they not checking him?
Because like you just said, they're getting exactly what they want. And while everyone's watching what the country's on the national level, the races are taking over state by state by state.
Because there's not enough.
Hey, Lord of Virgo, welcome, boo.
And there's not enough of us, meaning just
Star,
free-minded, liberal thinking, right?
Just regular people that just want to, live and work.
I just want to be able to go to Walmart. I want to go to work without, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy.
Everybody across the board, I don't care which side of this argument you want to fall on, but like Chris was saying, what are we doing? We're talking about it.
We are, but what more? And again, I point the finger at myself too. I point the finger at myself.
As like I said, we'll be social about it. We're just talking. Right. We're talking about how messed up it is. But the problem is we have to do something en masse and together.
Exactly. And when is it just going to be enough?
That's what they're banking on. As in order for anything to change, we have to do something as a large group.
And we know the government
of diverse people to do it.
We know the government can change because 30, 40 years ago, we had a group called the Black Panthers. You didn't like what they were doing. You didn't like their message. You did everything you can to disband them and discredit them. And and they're still trying to rebuild. I was watching CNN.
Was okay now,
but I was watching CNN earlier today, and a guy made a very valid point. He said the last shooting, the guy was on a website spreading ideas and getting ideas. And they was like, the government knows there's the websites that people generally go to who are like-minded as him. He was like, so if it was an Al-Qaeda website, we would have shut the website down. He said, but because they're American-grown terrorists, he was like, we're going to pretend like they don't exist. We're going to pretend like, well, we don't know where he got the information from. We're going to pretend like we don't know how he did things because they are white boys with guns.
They don't even want to admit that it's homegrown terrorism. They don't even want to admit it. Exactly. Laura, you bring up a good point. Star said, I think it's because they control the Senate, and that's exactly it. So when people start talking about Nancy Pelosi not wanting to impeach, because Nancy Pelosi knows what's going to happen. You impeach him, okay, he'll get impeached in Congress, in the House of Representatives, but when it goes to the Senate, it's going to be a no-go, and they'll be able to spend it as a victory. So why even give them the ammunition? If they had but I say again, if the Republicans would be true to their job, then they would impeach him, because it is clear that this man is not fit to be president. But I'll be honest with you, Pence is worse, so I don't know.
And that could be another thing to keep him in office. You keep the idiot in the office, not the asshole behind him.
Right. Laura says the problem, we can't come together to do something. We are on worst enemies. Yeah, I don't disagree with that either. And I think that our attention span is just too short.
Yeah.
And I'm not just I'm pointing the finger at myself.
Hey, Laura.
No, everything's good until we got to go do something.
Right. Or stick to it. Like I was talking to a friend of mine earlier today.
To the post office on time, but make the grocery store for a close.
Right.
Now we're gonna make us get together and what? We gonna go speak where?
Right. Even with boycotts, like it's all good until it's inconvenient. A boycott is supposed to be inconvenient. I always think about the Montgomery bus boycott. These people walked for a year.
Rain, in the cold.
For a year.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean? We wouldn't do that today because it's too inconvenient for us. We'd be like,
as soon as the winter comes, so that breeze.
Soon as it's too hot.
They
went through all 4 seasons.
It was because
it was hot outside.
Right. So I don't know, you guys. I'm at this point I'm numb. I'm not even angry. I'm just numb. Like yesterday was a mass shooting. I wake up this morning, it's another one. I'm just numb to it. And I don't know what we need to do, but we definitely as a country need to let go of that whole Second Amendment bullshit.
Hey,
we've got to.
But you know what?
Hey, Shauna. Hey, boo.
But I'll say this. I think part of it is we as a quote unquote minorities, we need to stop fighting amongst each other. We really do. We need to stop thinking that all Latino people are immigrants or all Black people are thugs or whatever. Because technically, if you want to be number about it, there are more minorities in this country, in this world, than there are white people. They are truly the minority over the globe.
If we all get together,
and it's what they say. They can conquer us by dividing us. So we don't talk to each other. The Asians, the Black, the Latinos, the whatever, don't talk to us, and we don't realize
how people don't talk to other Black people if you're doing the same thing.
Right. So if if we were to learn to come together, stop looking at them as our adversary, look at them as our friends, and actually sit down and if you're out and you see them, when you see a person being racist towards a Latino, whether you're Latino or not, whether they're illegal or not, it's still uncalled for and it's still unjust. Speak up and say something.
Right.
That's how you started. Because I
had 3 people unfriend me on Facebook because they found out I started DJing.
What? Say who?
I had 3 people unfriend me on Facebook because they found out I started DJing.
They unfriended you?
Yeah.
Why? Why would that
unfriend? I'm a Black dude. I'm DJing, so we can't be friends no more.
I don't understand what that means. I'm not being funny. Why would they unfriend you because you started DJing? That don't even make sense.
Because they're DJs.
Oh, because they're DJs. Okay, see, that part I missed. Okay. So y'all can't be friends no more because now you're a DJ?
Yeah. Just like that.
That's the most ignorant shit. Okay. That's the most ignorant.
I didn't even know until I came up on like Friendship by No thing came up again.
Right.
I was like, oh, for real.
Like, oh, we're not friends no more? Oh, I thought we were friends. Yeah. That's crazy as hell. All right. Well, thank you, Sylvia. Be careful. Hey, little baby. Coming on in.
Hey.
Okay. So y'all, like I said, I couldn't not address it. I know we normally get into the silly and the fuckery, but I just couldn't not address what's going on. But now let's go on and get into the...
Wait, before we jump off though.
Okay.
We really need to stop looking at situations the way the news presents it to us as well. Because someone has said how, absolutely, somebody, they knew the shooter was a white guy, or Caucasian, however you want to say it, because they had him in custody, but the news is still reporting, well, we don't know what he looks like. We don't know anything about him. Bitch, they got him in custody. You know exactly who they got in custody.
Well, and I just keep saying the same thing. What? He's alive though?
Oh, yeah. Oh, very peaceful.
Did he get Burger King?
He might have got Burger King too.
He may have got Jack in the Box.
Oh, I don't know, but and again, we ain't even gonna go. That's a whole nother road. That'll be a whole nother hour if we start talking about that whole piece. That funny how these mass murderers,
every mass shooting,
if they don't kill themselves, they are peacefully taken into custody.
And when y'all think the thoughts and prayers gonna stop being sent out from the higher ups?
Like the last mass shooting, that guy said, "I don't fuck your thoughts and your prayers."
Thank you. If you're I read somewhere in a group point. They said, you know what? One guy tried to blow up a plane with his shoe, and now how many years later, thousands of people.
I still got to take my damn shoes off at the airport.
One person tried to carry something in his pants through the airport, and now we all have to be body scanned and checked and everything at the airport.
You might as well just go to the airport.
They sure did. Snapchat.
You might as well just go there naked,
with
your laptop bag.
But how many?
Now you gotta take all that stuff out. You gotta take
phone out. Yeah.
Right, you gotta take all that stuff out now.
Stop me. And where we at? Fort Lauderdale, because I had my computer charger. I have the hub thing. It has just 2 parts.
Right.
And he kept on running my back through. I was like, "Sir, just put it on the table. I can tell you what it is."
Right. And you know what's funny?
I've never seen one. I'm like, "Slim, it's a hub for a surface." I'm sure you've seen these by now. It's a 6th version of these out now. I'm pretty sure
he ain't seen it.
But
people fly out of here. I'm pretty sure.
But what's funny is, okay, so after all of that, like the last time I flew a couple of weeks ago, and you know how you're not supposed to have a lighter and all this other stuff.
Right.
So you'll catch that I got a 16-ounce soda and I got to throw that out. But I didn't realize I still had a lighter in my bag until I got home and I was unpacking. I said, "Oh, they didn't find the lighter? But they found that soda."
Because one time somebody carried some liquids on the airplane.
You know what? The easiest way?
But you can still buy the liquid on the other side.
Because it's safe. Because see, people don't bring shit to work angry. They don't bring shit, sneak shit into the airport. It's everyday people that bring it to you. They said when we flew, they scanned my kids stuff. They scanned my kids.
Yeah, but I noticed number 2 didn't have to take her shoes off now.
Oh shit!
So I was like, well.
We flew out a couple weeks ago.
My parents, when we came back, my parents
they need a photo ID. Who?
My parents,
go ahead.
my parents do the wheelchair thing, and I was with them because I helped them go. You know, we had to take the rental car back and all this stuff. And so the guy that how they had the people escort them to walk them with the airport. I mean, with the wheelchair, they went straight through. I went straight through because I was with them. So now they scanned my bags, but I didn't have to have a body. They didn't do a body scan.
Little baby.
All I'm saying with TSA terrorists want.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
Little baby said she had to take her flip flop. They had to take their flip flops.
Really, flip flops?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought flip flop was like the one thing
God.
that actually happened.
But that's what we all had. We all had some type of slider flip flops. We went to the airport and we all had to take those off.
See, anyway, y'all. Again, I could go a whole, because that whole thing, the whole airport situation pisses me off because I know what life was like before 9/11. Right. And I get it that certain things had to change after 9/11. I respect that. But some of this shit, y'all just doing it because y'all can.
But little baby, another point. We can't bring our water in, but you're going to charge us $7, $8.
It's a business now.
Of course.
Yeah. It's business now.
Yeah, pay $3 for a bottle of water on the other side.
I would throw that shit like a camel.
From the equipment that's being used, that's being put out now, because this bids out now for new stuff.
Of course, absolutely.
Equipment from the airlines monetizing front end and back end, the airports. So it's business now.
And then you can pay for pre-check. So if I'm a tourist about to die tomorrow, blow the plane up, what the hell am I planning on doing? Me spend $100 on pre-check, I don't care. Right. So there's so many ways. It's like you create a circumstance to cause another one.
Right. You
so this. Laura, yeah, you're right, Laura. My parents got pre-check too, though, so that might be what it was.
You can create this thing. It's inconvenient to
you get patted down every time.
I get patted down too. To make it convenient for the people that can pay for it.
Except for the time I was with my parents last 2 weeks ago, but I get patted down too. It's just, anyway, like I said, I don't even want to go down that road. That would be a whole nother thing. All right, so it's been a minute since we've been together. It's summertime. You heard we all been on vacation and traveling and stuff like that. But Monique.
Okay, so what happened? I'm sorry. I'm not even going to lie.
Is it the same thing again? Or?
She's, okay, so here's the thing about Monique. First of all, about Monique, don't never tell Monique nothing you don't want repeated. Don't never tell Monique nothing, because she does not understand the mindset. She does not understand discretion. She does not understand that this is between me and you. So here's the thing. Monique did an interview, and in that interview, of course, a lot of stuff was rehashed. I don't care about none of the rest of that shit. I'm coming for you about Whoopi, because y'all know how I feel about Whoopi. Anybody who's watched this know how I feel about Whoopi Goldberg. Don't you say nothing bad about Whoopi Goldberg, okay? So Monique was talking about how when she was on The View, Whoopi shared with her what her salary was. I read that. Yeah. And then she went on to say that Whoopi was like, so don't worry about the people behind.
Keep talking.
You drinking Jack today?
Whoopi said, "Don't worry about what?
Don't worry about the people behind you. You gotta get yours. You gotta get yours." And that is not what Whoopi was saying to Monique. What Whoopi was saying to Monique was get paid, and like we've been saying from the beginning of this, get paid, and then parlay that into your next. And then parlay that into your next. I know, right? I was trying to help you out, Lena. I was trying to help you out. Really? Are you swirling to Jack? Really?
Yeah.
And then parlay that into your next payday. Then she went on to talk about, and when she shared with me how much she makes on The View, and I said, after 10 years, that's all you make. I wanted to cry for her. I gotta fight for you too, bitch. First of all, Whoopi fine. I think Whoopi's good.
I think Whoopi's good.
Okay, wait, but I'm nosy. Did she reveal how much she made?
She didn't say how much, but my thing is that was still a personal conversation. Right. Whoopi was having that conversation. Right. She was trying to help you understand, you know what I mean? That in this industry, you don't always get $70 million paydays. No. Like Eddie Murphy just signed his deal with Netflix and got $70 million, but he is Eddie fucking Murphy.
He has a track record.
He's Charlie fucking Murphy's producer.
Right. He's, you know what I mean?
He has a track record. And he has the people that's been, like, he has the buzz. People been waiting for him.
Right. People been waiting for him to do a stand-up for so now. I don't know if it's going to be funny or not, but you can believe it's going to break records. The weekend that stand-up drop, it's going to break records. And he signed a multi-deal, so he's going to do some other projects as well.
I mean, again, it's Eddie Murphy.
He's got the Dave Chappelle deal with just a little bit, a few more million.
I mean, but his last stand-up was Raw, right?
1988, yes.
Yeah. So
I was
in elementary school. I remember when Raw came out. Well, middle school.
Okay.
I was okay.
Remember, y'all gotta remember. I didn't go to a separate elementary school. So when I say elementary, to me, elementary was kindergarten through 8.
Okay.
I didn't go to a different school until I went to the same school from kindergarten until 8.
Okay.
So that's why.
So you went early education.
Okay. How you want to put it?
But no, and it's Eddie Murphy.
I mean, what you think about that? Raw was when?
1988.
People have been waiting for Eddie Murphy to do stand-up since
30 years.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
30 years.
Monique
gave him. Nobody been waiting for.
Who waited to see Monique in another movie?
Her husband.
Well, I mean, he got to get a paycheck some kind of way.
That's all he's doing. And so it just pissed me off because once again, you reveal a private conversation for your own personal means, and you still sound and look like a fucking idiot.
Now, wait a minute. Just from as far as actors. Even when
hold on, y'all behind on the comments.
Even when Samuel Jackson had all his blockbuster films out.
Yes, your salary.
He still made indie films. Like he made 2 films for Netflix that he just.
She did tell Monique to give it to that husband. I didn't see Monique repeat that. I'm sorry. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm gonna shut up.
But no, you're
right. Like who else did? Jeff Goldblum did. It's a lot of other like big name.
Monique is a legend in her own fucking mind.
And actors that make major blockbuster movies demand.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, doing independent films.
And Lil Baby, that's valid. First of all, Whoopi is the highest paid on that panel. That's number one. And second of all, like she said, Whoopi makes that amount of money for 20 hours a week. I'll take it. Give me that paycheck. I think she makes something like somewhere between $10 to $15 million a year, something like that, for 20 hours a week. Remember, Whoopi does not. If you watch The View, which I do religiously, she don't work Fridays. Very, very seldom is Whoopi there on a Friday. So she worked Monday through Thursday.
Friday work Monday.
Right. She don't work. Right. You will Teddy, you will very rarely see Whoopi on the panel on a Friday.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Mm-hmm. And I've seen them have like presidential candidates and she ain't there on a Friday. He's like, I'm not doing that. So, I mean, again, it's not you talking about, oh, well, she only making 10 to 12 or whatever it is that she's making. First of all, she is the highest paid on that panel. And second of all, she has negotiated her own hours and she works and she does what she wants to do on that show. Yeah. And again, I just feel like you are totally taking apart and missing what she was trying to share with you.
Every time Monique opens her mouth, she proves that 1, her mouth is bigger than her talent. 2, she has no fucking coof about herself whatsoever. Like you said, private conversations should stay private. And people are going to stop telling you, Monique, telling you shit, whether it's advice.
Well, I promise you they're going to stop.
The conversation. And you're going to find, then you'll be back to where you were last year crying about nobody wanting to do anything for you.
See a psychologist.
Something's
wrong with her.
Well, a lot of it is her husband.
But she's allowed people, help them to help you.
Exactly.
People trying to fucking help you, Monique, and you keep running your big ass mouth. I wouldn't help your ass, and I ain't got shit for you.
I mean, when Tyler Perry called and was like, "What you want? Like, what is it gonna take to get you to keep my name out your mouth?
No.
What do you feel like I owe you? What do you feel like I did to you? You want a public apology? Like, what do you want from me?" And not only could she not answer his question because he was ready to write her a check, he was ready to apologize to whatever it was that she felt that he had done to wrong her. Right. Then you released the damn recording of the private conversation again. Like, what is wrong with you?
Because she's in get back, she's in one up mode, and again, her husband is
what?
She don't know. Her husband is ill-advising her.
That's what it is.
Her husband is ill-advising her because the thing about it is, you are among people where you are the smartest person in the room. You have the most to lose. You need to get rid of your fucking husband because while you're trying to be his wings, he's being your fucking anchor and he's dragging you down.
She doesn't know what she wants.
And she
don't know what she wants.
She needs to let that go. You can't sit back and someone blatantly asks you, what do you want? And you, well, I don't know. Because probably her husband wasn't there to advise her, to tell her what to ask for.
And then when she does get a job, when somebody does give her a job like Will Packer, then she dogs his ass out and then acts up on the set, and is disrespectful on the set. So my thing is, sometimes you can be your own worst enemy, and you're not gonna be Katherine Heigl and keep getting second or third. Katherine Heigl burns bridges behind her too, but somehow she always manages to get another job. You ain't her, boo.
But she's been, even Katherine Heigl been on the B list a lot lately.
Yeah, but she's on Suits now, even though it's his last season. But she was on Suits last season. I mean, but I say every time I look up, she done popped up again. Somebody else done gave her a chance. But you not her, boo, and we know why. Yeah, so you can't do them games. You can't play them same games. So I just had to say my piece because y'all know how I feel about Whoopi. I just had to say my piece.
She won an Oscar.
And that's what and it's a whole lot of people that want Oscars, Monique. It's a whole lot of people that want Oscars that sweeping floors.
What she went Oscar for?
Precious.
Okay.
which was not a comedic role. So you
No.
again, you want Netflix to take a chance when you comedically. That ain't even what you won the damn Oscar for.
That's how after Cuba Gooding Jr. got another Netflix movie coming out. Go ahead.
I was about to say,
Go ahead and holler at him.
Cuba
He
has
won
an
an Oscar,
Oscar.
too.
He has an Oscar, and after he got that Oscar for Dre Maguire, the next movie he did was Rat Race. Don't get me wrong, it was a funny movie, and Whoopi Goldberg's in it. It's a cute little movie, but
Actually,
his career
is what he said about Boat Trip that messed up his whole entire career.
Boat Trip was kind of funny.
What did he say about Boat Trip?
It was centered on homosexuality, because that was the
thing
funny
of
part
the
of
movie,
Boat Trip. The travel agent put them on an all gay cruise.
Yeah,
Oh, I remember that.
yeah, it's a funny movie.
It was funny.
But his career has been going down, and you're right.
Ever since that movie, it's something he
he's been
said.
doing-
Exactly,
Something he said
Lil
about
Baby.
that movie. That just
Yeah.
Yeah, the thing about Precious Snapchat, and that's valid. The thing about Precious was everybody that did Precious agreed to take a set salary because it was an independent film at the time. Remember, Precious was done before Oprah Winfrey and before Tyler Perry got involved. Matter of fact, Tyler Perry, somehow or another, the movie got to Tyler Perry. He watched it. He showed it to Whoopi. They were on their private jet going somewhere, and he played the movie for Whoopi. And at that moment, they decided to get involved and help with Precious. So now, once it came out, we saw Whoopi Goldberg, Tyler Perry's names attached to it. But that was after the movie was done.
Right.
So on the front end, yeah, you accepted a smaller salary and it became a hit. But guess what? That's how it goes in Hollywood. It's the roll of the dice. Sometimes blockbusters that got $200 million salaries don't do right. And then sometimes movies that took $2,000 to make become the biggest hit of the year.
I mean,
but that was what you agreed to do.
Star Wars.
John Witherspoon said he made like $5,000. He made like $5,000 for Friday, and that's all they got paid.
Oh,
that was
wow.
his salary for Friday.
But
Period.
the thing
That was his
about
salary for
sometimes
Friday.
it's not about the money, it's about the after effect and how it can springboard you to another level. I mean, look at Star Wars. The guy who played Uncle Ben in who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in Star Wars. He was
I know
like,
you, man. Don't worry about it. I'm still with you.
oh, he didn't take a salary from the original Star Wars Episode 4. He took gratuities on the back end.
Right.
When he died, he had a multi-million-dollar stake just off of Star Wars, whereas James Earl Jones took money up front because he was a starving actor.
Right.
He needed the money. So it really is about just where you are at that time.
That's what Jack Nicholson did.
What deal can you cut?
That's what Jack Nicholson did with the Joker with Batman. He's still making money off of that movie because he took money off the bat. So anytime you see an original Joker, action figure, video games, whatever, and it has the Joker from that, he's making money off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's what he did. And again,
Right.
there are a lot
of
of
do Halle Berry like that. I'm saying this movie in there since her Oscar, I can't think of it right now. What I'm saying.
No, after she started with Billy Bob Thornton's sweaty ass. That was in her career. And John Wick 3, I agree. John Wick 3 is her coming back. But I think part of it is
Swordfish was good.
Swordfish.
That's only because she was topless. That's it.
She was good in that film.
I'm sure she was.
Only because she went topless.
That's only like a flash.
And that's all you
Like
care about.
y'all young boys want pausing.
And rewinding and pausing and rewinding and pausing.
That magazine photo shoot that she did for was it Vogue? Yeah, she had more skin now. Just saying.
But I think Halle has been more so her personal.
Halle Berry pictures everywhere.
Now, yeah, because she was naked and sweating with Billy Bob. She's sweating with him, sweating to the oldies.
Exactly. Hit the show that please.
I got it.
You got it from there?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead. Oh, that's right, because I gotta make you a moderator too.
So,
but that's exactly what it is. It's like a lot of actors, A-list or not, they agreed to take those smaller salaries because they're independent films.
55 makes me itch.
Billy Bob just looked dirty. Like, he could have just got out of the shower. He just looked dirty.
No matter what role,
he just looked.
I'm not gonna. The
dirty.
best role I've ever seen Billy Bob Thornton in was Armageddon. That's the best role I've ever seen him in. Was
I can agree with that.
Dude with the broke leg.
Yes, yeah, the bracelets. Halle Berry, I think her career is more downfall because of personal issues that she had and things like that. She's too busy chasing men and she is chasing roles. But yeah,
Bad Santa. All right, cool. Bad Santa was.
He still looked dirty in Bad Santa.
Yeah, he looked dirty.
He looked dirty in Bad Santa.
He looked like an old drunk.
I think that was his character in Bad Santa.
Oh, she just saying she liked the movie. Okay.
Oh yeah, He did. And
I never seen Bad Santa.
The one with he played
all the way through.
He played the gym teacher, and he was a stepfather to Stifler from American Pie. I forgot the name of it. That was a good Billy Bob movie too. But the best I've seen him in a role is Armageddon, and that movie came out 21 years ago.
I think that was the best. Everybody was in that movie. That was that was all their best roles.
Right.
Right. The majority of people in that movie.
All right. Well, since we're talking about movies, that's a good segue. Now, neither one of y'all have seen The Lion King.
No.
I have.
Nope.
Circle of Life.
First of all, let's start there. They fucked up my song.
What?
The Circle of Life. They fucked up my song. Let's start there.
They didn't just use the.
No, they redid it. Beyonce and Danny Glover. I mean, I keep wanting to call that boy Danny
Crispin
Glover. The boy from Atlanta.
Yeah, his name is Glover.
Childish Gambino.
Yeah, I will say
Donald
Glover.
That's it. I was close with, but yeah. I know Danny Glover's wrong, but I keep wanting to say Danny Glover.
Oh, damn.
But you
wait, just hold up. Wait a minute,
shut your mouth. You shut your mouth.
Teddy said mentioning Billy Bob's name.
We want to
Makes them want to.
I ain't fooling with Teddy crazy ass. Hey, Ebony's in the house. Hey, boo.
Ebony.
So Teddy said he refuses to watch The Lion King. Why? Why do you refuse to watch The Lion King? Now, I went to go see it. Now, let me say this. James and I went to go see it. I think I mentioned this the other day. James and I went to go see it. James was asleep before the credits came on. Okay. So, I think he slept through 90% of the movie. Oh. He'd never seen the original. Oh. Which I didn't understand. And
how was that even possible?
I thought the same thing. I was like, how the hell you ain't never seen the original? James, Spill It Boy. Yeah, I said the same thing. And he ain't in here, but when he come through, right.
Hashtag James ain't seen it.
What's going on with, you know what? I have gotten this whole season of Big Brother got me,
That's so long?
Well, I already saw it. They did mess up my song. Now, yeah, Big Brother saw it. Now, let me say this. I saw the live action of Beauty and the Beast, and I enjoyed it.
I didn't know it was a live action.
Mm-hmm. They did it. That was the first one I kicked this whole thing off.
You meant movie. Actually, no, that's not the first.
Talking about the TV show.
I was talking about a live play. No, Beauty and the Beast wasn't the first live action.
Which one was it?
It depends on who you ask. The first Disney live action started. Remember back, Cruella de Vil, 101 Dalmatians.
Oh, that's true. You're right. That is true. You're right.
They're counting back. They're counting back. It's one more before that. They're counting back that one.
That's the one I actually remember.
But where they're going
everywhere.
But where they're going now, how they're doing it now, they're starting at Maleficent with Angelina Jolie. They're counting that as their first remake.
But nobody had seen Maleficent cartoon.
Maleficent is based on Sleeping Beauty.
I know, but nobody had seen that.
But that's what they're counting it as.
I've seen it.
The Maleficent cartoon? Yeah. Was it a movie?
Yeah, it was a movie. It was a live action.
I know that. I'm talking about, was it a cartoon movie like Lion King cartoon?
It's
that's what I mean.
Okay, so what happened? Maleficent, because they're doing.
Tell the story of the witch.
Of how, because they're leading up to making a live action about Sleeping Beauty.
Okay.
So that's why they did it that way. Just like they're doing.
Well, all I'm saying is.
It was live action Sleeping Beauty. They just told it from her point of view.
Well, let me say this. My point is this, y'all. Why is it doing this?
No, I mean, Maleficent is not a remake. So Disney is okay. So Disney is trying to revamp it. So I'm a Disney fan. Disney is trying to reinvent themselves.
Tinkerbell magic on it.
And they're trying, because if you're honest about it, Disney mainly caters to families with children between the age of like maybe 2 and 6, 2 and 7, and so they're losing out a lot of people to say
Lilo and Stitch.
That
was for teenagers.
Stuff like, so they lose out to like Universal Studios and things. So that's why they bought Star Wars.
No, DreamWorks.
And Dream. That's why they bought Star Wars. That's why they bought the Marvel Universe, because they're trying to pull in that older audience. And it's funny that you mentioned Lilo and Stitch. That's one of the movies they are going to make into a live action film, Lilo and Stitch. Yes, that's Bill.
Okay,
Lilo and Stitch.
I'm intrigued.
Yes, Little Mermaid is kind of.
Yeah, we know they know Little Mermaid.
Mulan.
We sure enough know that's coming.
Yeah, we know that. They still mad about the Black Mermaid.
Yeah. Mulan, of course, we know what's coming out. They're doing Maleficent 2, Sleeping Beauty.
Right, are they doing Mulan 2?
No, Maleficent 2.
No, Maleficent, but they're doing Mulan as well
this fall.
Oh man!
But now, for my people, Mulan is going to, because Disney's revamping themselves. Mulan will not be based solely on the cartoon that came out how many years ago. It's based on the actual Mulan story of the female warrior. So there will be no Mushu. There will be no Mushu. And I'm mad because I want to hear dishonor on you. Dishonor on your kind.
You wait. How do you have Mulan without the dragon?
Because the dragon was included.
Dragon. I'm a dragon, not a lizard. I don't do that tongue thing.
But they're trying to revamp. They're coming out with Mulan comes out sometime this fall. If this fall or I think it's like late year, early January, somewhere around there. But Mulan is set to come out, I believe, next. And then right after that, Maleficent, then Mulan, then The Little Mermaid. They're redoing Lilo and Stitch. They're doing Maleficent, and they're either going to get to A Sleeping Beauty. They're doing a Snow White. But before they do Snow White, they're doing Rose Red.
I mean, it's on Pornhub.
Rose Red. What's Rose Red?
Rose Red is Snow White's sister.
Don't nobody know that bitch.
And that's the problem.
Really, bitch?
Really, bitch?
Yes. And that's the problem.
Who knows Rose? What's her story?
Well, Rose Red is I believe she's the oldest. Rose Red is Snow White's sister.
Did she live in the house? Because Snow White was in the forest.
Well, no, because remember Snow White was in a castle with her daddy. When the stepmother moved in, Rose Red moved out. She left. She didn't hang around like Snow White did. She left. If you read the original Grimm tales,
she was independent. Bitch.
Yeah, she's like, fuck them. Yeah,
I ain't got time for this shit.
So if you read the original Grimm, they're starting to base more stuff on the Grimm fairy tales. Because
the whole way then.
In the original story, Rose Red was the one who helped the seven dwarfs to find a cure to get Snow White to wake back up. But they edited her ass out.
She got cut out. She got a cutting room floor.
She was a cutting room floor. They're doing.
She didn't know how to play the game in Hollywood.
Aladdin was. I saw Aladdin. Me and Tatal once saw Aladdin.
Did you like it?
I loved it.
Well, I didn't see Aladdin, but I did. So let me say this.
It is a musical. It is.
Okay.
Prince. Will.
What we talking about? The Lion King.
Yeah.
Will Prince. What?
Will Prince.
Will
King. No. I was trying to say the Fresh Prince and Will. I was trying to say the Fresh Prince and Will Smith at the same time. So I came up with Will Prince. But
I appreciate you.
But the Latin was really good, and it starts out with what's his name, Will Smith, singing the first song opening the movie up, which is was a little different for me, but it was good.
I'm gonna say this about the Lion King. I didn't like it. Right. Some things some things I don't think need to be remade. I think that things you can get away with in a cartoon are hard to get away with in a live action situation. And I think it was the tone was a little too much for children because I think they made it a lot darker. Like with the hyenas, they weren't as comedic as they were in the cartoon. I think that somebody said they can't hear.
No.
Oh, I think that it just didn't translate well for me. It came off more of like National Geographic, like one of those like National Geographic where they like give the animals voices or something like that. Than it did the Lion King for me.
Like it'd have been funny if they just like recorded some wildlife.
For me it did. Right? It just didn't do it for me. And I mean, I love the Lion King. I absolutely love the Lion King. And I ain't blaming Beyonce because she had about 10 lines. It wasn't just even though Beyonce wasn't good in it, but I didn't expect her to.
I just don't like her damn voice.
I mean, because this is how
her voice is too distinct.
Like this is how she was talking. Simba, you must come back to us and save us.
Like she was reading it.
Yeah, like that's how she came off. But I don't expect anything from Beyonce. People think I'm hating when I say that, but she can't fucking act, so I don't expect her to. So boom. But
that's funny.
It wasn't just her. It was the whole Like they took that out. That wasn't in it.
Really?
That was not in it.
Did the hyenas talk?
The hyenas did talk, and they had the goofy hyena.
Was there Ed?
Ed. They had Ed. I'm saying they had the goofy, but the person who was he was even goofy in a different way. Like they had this whole bit between him and the other guy where Ed just kept getting in his personal space, and he was like, "Ed, back up off me, Ed, back." And I was like, that whole little joke, the whole thing. They didn't do like Ed didn't. It just was gone.
This food to go.
Right, it was gone. It just wasn't the same. And first of all,
a Cub sandwich.
See, they didn't do none of that. And then some of it, but not like the movie. And then like even the head hyena who would have been Whoopi Goldberg, who they didn't get, which was wrong. Like when I knew Whoopi Goldberg was gonna be the third hyena, I was like, that ain't gonna be the same. Oh, well, y'all know how I love Whoopi, but even her,
but
like,
no, that doesn't make it makes.
It was just it was too sinister. Like even the scene with Mufasa dying, like to me, like I said, I wouldn't recommend taking young kids to see that because again, seeing a live lion dead. And Dad, wake up, was a little different. Well, you know what I'm saying, though. It was just, it just didn't translate as well for me.
Well, that's how it was when the first Lion King came out. They had a whole thing. It's like but this was however many years ago.
Well, they did, but again, the cartoon still wasn't. It wasn't as sinister. And Scar was scary as looking. Ooh.
And who voiced Scar? Do you know?
You should have heard the drama. I'm sorry, Scar.
I didn't say who voiced Scar.
I forgot. His voice is familiar, but I forgot who it was.
Okay, I was wondering if they got.
You'll know it when you hear, but I don't remember.
I was wondering if they just got Jeremy Irons again to redo the role.
Shut up. I think most of the people that were in the original Lion King are still kicking.
The only person who I know who's not,
it might be Teddy. I don't know.
Is Robert?
Hey, surprise!
Robert Guillaume. He did Rafiki, the monkey.
The monkey, yeah.
Yeah, I think everyone else.
Everyone's still around.
Because Matthew Broderick did Simba. First Bueller.
Right.
I got you. Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
You said it right.
You look at me like, who you
I was like, because you know, like he was going to keep going.
Right. Well, Donald.
Madge Sinclair died. She played Nala's mom.
Right. But then they get in Alfred Woodard, the voice of Nala's mom.
It wasn't Jeremy.
Was it Alfred Woodard?
Originally, it was Madge Sinclair.
So right.
But who didn't? I don't know. Other than Beyonce, and I know they got James Earl Jones.
Yeah, they did get James Earl Jones. So Donald Glover was Simba, and like now Pumbaa and Simba was still funny as hell. They still did it, but they stole the show for me on the Broadway one. Remember we went to go see it at the Kennedy Center. They stole the show on the Broadway one for me. Pumbaa and Simba, they were hilarious.
They kind of made the first movie. To be honest, the original movie.
I'm sorry, so the first live action in Disney was actually the Jungle Book.
I thought that you mean like the original Jungle Book way back in like the 80s?
No, it came out 1994. It's Disney doing it. It was Jungle Book, their first live action.
Right, but that was the one I was like real serious. Like that's the one that followed the actual book, not the cartoon.
Yeah, and they're remaking it again.
So that's what I'm saying. Like I'm talking about the ones that followed the cartoon.
That's been made like 3 times.
Jungle Book has been made several times.
It's been made several times.
There's a Netflix, not Disney one.
There's 2 Jungle Books.
And
then there's Mowgli, and that's Mowgli as well.
Yeah. So and then there was another one that came out that it's not called the Jungle Book, but it's based on the actual book.
Right.
It's called something else, but it's a lot more serious too.
So Disney's live action movies that are coming up.
Are gruesome.
Maleficent.
Grimm Tales were not made for children.
The thing about it is Grimm fairy tales for children were made for children, but they were made to scare children, to keep them in the bed and keep them in the house at night. Right. So it wasn't a fairy tale to go to bed with happy thoughts. No, to scare your little badass, say the fuck out the woods like I told you to.
Your badass.
So
see?
You don't want to listen, then we got ghouls and goblins gonna get your ass. Little kids who don't listen die. That was a horseback
face.
That was a point of Grimm Tales. So
what I'm talking about.
Okay, so Disney live action coming up. We have Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, so part 2, Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, who's gonna be the tramp?
Mulan.
Stop. Now who's gonna be the tramp?
Cruella,
what you call me?
Tramp. What you call me?
The Sword and the Stone.
The Sword and the Stone? Who the hell wants to see that? I like the cartoon.
I didn't want to see the cartoon.
Cartoon was trash though.
The Little Mermaid.
I ain't gonna front. It was
The Hunchback of Notre Dame. Notre Dame, however you want to say it.
So basically, that's what Disney gonna be doing for the next 10 years.
Lilo and Stitch, the Jungle Book sequel, Pinocchio.
They gotta keep it with that
Pinocchio.
And Pinocchio's been done a few times before.
It has.
Rose Red and then Snow White and the Seven Dwarf. Those are ones they know that they're actively working on casting, filming,
production.
Disney need to go sit down somewhere.
They want to do Peter Pan again. They want to do Pocahontas.
So they're trying to get the same traction with this as they got with Marvel.
Right, little babies. That's right. Cinderella's sisters cut their feet off. They try to get in that thing.
That's true, right? Now, my question is, when they do Pocahontas.
Now, I just want to know: did you know that before Big Bang Theory, or did you know that always? Because that was on Big Bang Theory. That's all I'm saying. I'm just asking.
I knew that.
I knew that.
My question is, when they do Pocahontas, what white girl gonna get to play the main role?
Disney know better than that at this point. Disney know they better not.
I'm just asking.
They better not.
My daughter and I we're excited. They're be doing a live action Atlantis. Have y'all seen Atlantis?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Especially with what's the dude, the dirt dude,
the moles.
I don't do a lot of cartoons. Sorry. Why do y'all look at me like that? I know you don't get to do that. I do. No, you don't. Because some movies that you haven't seen, you don't get to judge me.
Wait, not Elizabeth Warren gonna play Pocahontas? Yeah, that's good. I like it. Is that One Vote to Love? I like it.
That's good.
For Disney. So Disney had a movie way back in the day called Treasure Island back in the 40s or the 50s. They made a cartoon called Treasure Planet. And that was really good. I love that movie. So they're remaking the live action Treasure Planet. So
yeah, Vanessa Williams, Color of the Wind. Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Be straight honest with y'all. I can't stand Pocahontas. That damn movie is so fucking boring. I just be like,
Well, it's just so not valid. Like the facts. I mean, I understand creative license, but it's beyond just.
They said Chetawat. I can never remember his name.
Yeah, I saw that.
It's Scar. Okay, thank you. Mm-hmm.
Good. All right.
Yeah, him. Chetawat.
I think he was on a TV series I was watching, but.
She said, "I don't paint with no colors and no damn wind."
But the Pocahontas, you're right. It was
beyond unfair. And the thing
like,
is,
as an educator, a better Discovery Channel special.
Right, as an educator, your students come to school thinking that shit is true, and you be like, "That is not."
I'm not gonna lie. I love Disney, but like Pocahontas 2, Brother Bear 2. I was like, y'all need some money, y'all have some shit to do.
What was the one?
See, I guess it's because of me not having children. I don't know none of these movies. Brother Bear 2. I ain't know that.
Damn it! When in South America, they was looking for the City of Gold, whatever.
That's DreamWorks. That's El Dorado.
Okay, that's DreamWorks.
El Dorado.
Right.
El Dorado.
Because Rosa Perez was voicing.
Yes, Rosa Perez, Kevin Kline, and Kenneth Branagh would have made.
I'm like, the accent a little thick for the time period. I was like, did she really have a serious attitude? Like
Mookie.
That was
DreamWorks.
No, I'm not gonna lie. They did a live action of that. I'm gonna be there for. I'll be there on Thursday night to see that shit.
You know what, Nikki? I do think she did because I think she was trying to help her. I think she was trying to get her to understand, like, a better way for Monique to handle the situation. I think she told her. I do. I think she told her because I think she thought that Monique had enough sense not to freaking repeat it.
All right, Nikki, that may have been an early check. Like, this is where I started check.
But maybe it could have been because
this is where I came in.
This is
where I came in.
We all know Monique is delusional. We can agree on that, right?
Absolutely.
We can agree that Monique is damn delusional. Because our ass still thinks she's funny. So let's just start there.
Ooh, ow. Well, we don't know. She can't get a special together. We don't know that. She can't get a special together. That's all I'm saying. She can't sit down long enough to get a special together.
So I'm just like, we going, Monique, and I agree with you. Whoopi might have said when I started
there are lesser comedians that have done specials that are on Netflix that are being sold on iTunes and whatever right now. And they're popular.
Hell, Kevin Hart got a special every damn week coming out on HBO.
Did he sign a deal?
Tony Baker has 2 specials out.
Who?
Tony Baker. Did you do all the voiceovers?
Who?
Mr. Crown.
What's his name?
Tony Baker.
I mean, that's what I need you to slow down. You're like, Tony Baker.
Yeah, I'm like, who?
Like, he got 2 specials out. I'm like, all right, well, nobody knows him outside of what he posts on his, like, the videos that he posts, but
I don't even know that.
All right. Well, you watch it.
I watch
Everybody says what they know. I'm just saying, like, he.
I was saying,
I know him. Okay, I know him. Remember him?
Yeah,
he's funny.
I don't know.
Yeah, I was watching Finesse Mitchell the other day.
Oh, I remember him.
He's funny. I was watching. I was getting dressed. So
right. Hey, my love.
I didn't realize he had a show.
I didn't realize he was married to Elderbar's daughter. Just my little tidbit.
Finesse.
I did not know that either.
I guess he came in dancing on the ceiling.
That is Lionel Richie.
I know. What I'm saying, he came in and
to the beat of the rhythm of the night, dancing to the morning light.
Forget about the words on your mind. We can leave all the time.
I like the Lucy's breaths.
Anyway, moving on.
I like the way you come. And I like the signs.
Did y'all look at the
I'm sorry.
the DeBarge story that
No,
the
I
other
can't.
boy?
That's not a hashtag.
Did he say that's not a hashtag?
He did.
though?
He did. He
Not a
did.
hashtag on his own.
I was just wondering if y'all saw it. Anyway,
Wait,
all right.
wait, did we see what again?
The DeBarge boy story.
That DeBarge boy story.
Which DeBarge boy?
The one that Russ Popper.
Oh, you saw Finesse Mitchell up in Philly?
Who, Bobby? Bobby DeBarge?
Yeah, that's him. Bobby DeBarge.
The oldest brother?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see it. I
DeBarge.
didn't see it.
It was horrible.
I've seen like DeBarge
It was
specials and
horrible.
them misbring
It was
Bobby,
horrible.
but you know what? Russ Park talked about it. I was just went on to work and
Because he
said,
produced it.
Yeah, well, he couldn't. Well, I think he directed it.
Yeah, he
I think
directed,
couldn't-
produced
like,
it,
all
all
Because
that.
a lot of the people involved didn't want to.
yeah, he says a lot of stuff he can't put
He
out.
couldn't put in.
He
Because
says a
people
lot of
want to
stuff
sign
he
off
could-
on it.
yeah.
Then they wanted other
He
stuff.
said-
Because I know the one thing
So
that,
he had to make the movie he could make.
Yeah,
but then he shouldn't have made
Yeah.
it. If you can't get what you need to make the movie, then don't make it.
Okay, that's something you say to somebody that's been, directing blockbusters. I don't see Russ Potts turn down nothing.
But he wrote it. It was his project, though, is what I'm saying. So then choose another project. Like if you're doing it and you can't get what you need, then choose another. What I'm saying is,
Russ Potts back. I don't know.
here's
what he
my
got lined up,
problem,
Like, who he got lined up? Or what he got lined up?
but here's
That's all
my
I'm saying.
problem with the movie. My problem with the movie wasn't even so much about. I had two problems with the movie, and then we'll move on. It's not a hashtag. My first problem with the movie was you started the movie when he was already a star. You didn't give, and then you talked about how horrible their childhood was, but you didn't show me how he became a star. Like, how did he hook up with his band? What kind of stuff did they go through? Like, you started with Switch already having a #1 hit and him being a diva and him being a drug addict.
right.
Like, you started there. And then when you would flash back to their childhood and how horrible their childhood was, and they were, abused by their father and everything. You got into all of that. My thing is, if they signed off on the sexual abuse that he molested his own children, what the hell didn't they sign off on? Now, I will say this: when
Stuff
they
that
did,
involved them directly.
but that's what that did involve them directly.
I mean,
So when you
like,
say he who, Bobby or the father?
Bobby.
Molested his own
No,
children?
no, the father. I'm
The
sorry. The
father
father
molested
molested.
the father,
So that's what I'm
yeah.
saying. Like, if they were able to tell that part, but I will say this: when they did the behind the scenes of Switch with Bobby DeBarge, the one thing they did talk about was that he was bisexual, and when he got HIV, that was one of the things that came out that he was bisexual. That wasn't in the movie. So that might be part of what you're talking about. Because I remember I got to the end and I was like, so they're just gonna talk about him having HIV, but they're gonna talk about the fact that he was bisexual. Oh,
But I think because there was a documentary or a tell story or whatever about the DeBarge that came out like maybe
I didn't know he was
7-8
in the movie.
years ago that touched into a lot of the physical and the sexual abuse at the hands of the father. So I think because that was already out there, they were willing to allow it to be told again. But there,
to what you were saying, because I was listening to Russ that morning too.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But they were talking about now that like it was well received enough
Mm-hmm.
that now the people that didn't want to lend their information or whatever now want him to do something.
Right.
It's kind of like
Y'all gonna fund it.
right.
Because
But now,
like, well,
right now, I can't redo it.
I had to
Like,
make
Part two, Bobby. Part two.
right. But that was my only. Those
Part
were
two with everybody. that
Those
wanted
are
to be
my
in
two
part one.
criticisms. Because
Hey,
again,
Chip.
hey Monk Chip, those were my two criticisms. But anyway, we'll get back because you're right. That's not a hashtag.
I wasn't.
It's not a hashtag.
Like I was gonna say something, but that's actually what the name is.
Wait a minute. Before we leave the DeBarge completely
Not
behind.
Chip.
Do y'all remember there was a young girl who came out, and so one of I think James DeBarge's daughters is
You gotta
on.
go talk to classic because I have no idea.
One of James DeBarge's daughters is on. I think it's James DeBarge's daughters. No, El DeBarge's daughters is on one of them living up, growing up hip hop.
No, it's James DeBarge's daughter.
It is James. Okay,
Because her whole storyline was trying to find the secret Janet Jackson child because it was her half sister.
Yeah, and it was some girl that supposedly came out and said that she
and
was.
it was a lie.
Yeah. Okay. I was.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh, oh my god.
Okay, and I'm not trying to be funny, and I'm not.
Listen,
In all honesty, if you line up all the DeBarge, whether it's James DeBarge, El DeBarge, Chico, you line up Bunny's kids. If you line up all them second generation DeBarge,
Project Rerun, right?
they all
Okay,
look
Teddy.
like. What Teddy say?
He can already leave. He can already go live in a few minutes.
All right, bye, Teddy. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, but
If you look at all of the DeBarge second generations, they all like they could be all siblings.
Yeah.
So when this
They all
girl
look the
came
same.
up and was like, I'm Janet and James Ball's child, I didn't need a DNA. You could save your money for Ancestry 23. I was like, really, bitch? Really?
Like,
Like,
look nothing.
They are not our sponsor.
I'm just saying. She could have some Jack.
They ain't
then.
look like
she could have some Jack. Or maybe she was drinking Jack when she came.
I don't
Because I
know.
don't know who lied to her, and I don't know who she thought would believe that lie. But when you look at now, the thing is, she did look like Favor or had characteristics of James of the mother or James of Baldwin's mom and stuff. Yes, but if you look at the grandkids, they all look like very well blended biracial children. They don't look like any one particular person or one side either way. So when she came out looking,
they're all other.
Yes,
They're all other.
they all Caucasian.
Right.
So
she didn't look like a Jackson either. That little baby. She didn't look like a DeBarge or a Jackson.
She came out looking black, like
black.
Like
Yeah.
like a regular black.
Yeah, like regular black. I was like, girl,
You got a Jack.
You a regular
You
black.
a regular black.
right. I was like, girl, stop. And it's
Right.
funny because James Bond's daughter
You
did
get your
say
hair done by
that.
Niecy and them.
Right. She don't go to April get her hair done. She goes to
Yeah, whatever.
Shaquan and she get braids. And I'm sitting here like, and the sister, James Bond's daughter said it. She was like, all of us, she's like, I'm not trying to be funny. We all have a certain characteristic within our family. And she was like, and she doesn't fit the characteristics. And she
Did
just
you
like,
do like that? She didn't fit the characteristics.
She said it pretty much like that.
yeah. I was like, oh.
She said it pretty much like that.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay. So when they show her, I was like,
One of
Yeah,
these
very
things is
strong
not
genes.
like
like-
the other.
One of these things is doing its own thing. Hey.
Okay.
Hey.
So back
Oh, look, you know Waze has
Kwame.
such voices now.
Done
I did
all-
Cookie Monster.
Cookie Monster, yes. I did it one day, all day long. My kids like, can you please stop?
Waze
You
has
turn
the
on
Sesame
Waze.
Street voices now.
The Cookie
So
Monster.
I got Cookie
Turn
Monster.
right here.
Oh, damn.
Hazard ahead.
I
C
want you-
is for careful or cookie.
Thank you for reminding me, because I'm gonna put the Terry Crews one on mine.
It's Terry Crews.
Terry Crews has a ways of voice.
Are you serious?
Yes.
Oh my god.
So when one of the girl that plays the secretary was on, I think Jamie Fallon. She said it like Terry Crews has
Oh wow.
his voice on Waze.
And see, okay, Monique, take a note from Terry Crews. He always got a check coming to his house.
Yeah,
Man,
he keep a check.
so he's like Kevin Hart Jr.
I mean, he truly,
So he is,
in all honesty,
and he took Nick Cannon's job.
right. Terry Crews truly is a definition of there are no small part, only small actors. He takes it, he makes it his
You know
own,
what?
and he works with
What
it.
he said when he got his role in the Expendables,
Mm-hmm.
and he said originally he just went in, he was like, I just got a small part, small role, like he didn't really have any lines. He went in like just whatever, angry, like, so he was like, you know what? Let me not be the angry black guy
Mm-hmm.
on the set.
Mm-hmm.
And he started coming in, talking to everybody, yo, what's up, blah, 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 whatever, doing what he had to do, X, Y, and Z. Sylvester Stallone wrote more lines for him in the film.
That's true too, little baby.
So, I mean,
You
that
just never know
that
how it's
right
gonna
there.
go. Again, I think we can all agree that originally we might have agreed that Monique had beef, but the way she's handled it has just been totally ridiculous. So anyway, we can agree on that.
Yeah.
All right, we got our
Well-
last hashtag, Mr. Hashtag Police. Nicole Murphy. Now, I already talked about this before on my live, but I would love to get everybody's opinion on this whole Antoine Fuqua, Nicole Murphy, Layla Rashawn.
Okay, let's break this.
I want to let the
down.
ladies talk first because I'm the only dude on this panel.
Okay. I've had a lot of people jump out and say, oh, Layla Rashawn, comparing the two women's looks as far as body and things like that. Well, if that's what he's going home to, yeah, I would be with Nicole Murphy and blah, 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 blah. Okay, let's stop this because first of all, what you're not going to
She
do
couldn't even
is
make Murphy
down.
happy.
Is downgrade. Thank you.
So apparently her personality ain't shit.
Eddie Murphy, Michael Strahan, they were engaged.
And I mean, according to like I said on my live, like she been passed around. I'm just
Yeah.
leaving it at that.
And she's been a
Jamie Foxx said he hit it.
yeah, because after her and Eddie Murphy part ways, they were married for what, 20 years, 15 years, somewhere around there.
Something like that.
She got adapted to that life. She's not trying to let it go. She's willing to fucking suck her way through
But-
Hollywood to keep her Mercedes
But
with
wait.
no paid.
Well, here's the thing.
More like a
she was married to
probably.
she's married to Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Right. Now she thinks she's famous
Yes.
Right.
because she was married to Eddie Murphy.
Right.
But Slim, we fuck with your ex-husband.
Right.
We don't know you like that.
I don't know you like that.
We fuck with you like
And
that.
the thing about it is, and first of all, what you're not gonna do, you're not gonna sit here and downgrade or talk about Layla Roshan because she gained weight. She damn near 50 years old.
I'm glad I wrote it in succession. I was like, who's a hoe?
Nicole, she is a hoe. She is. My thing is, Layla Roshan, she made a choice as a person, as a woman. She got married, she had 2 kids, and she dedicated her life to her family. Why are you going to sit here and downgrade her because of her husband's poor choices? Because the thing about it is, rumor has it, this ain't his first fucking discretion.
No, he's had 2 children outside of their marriage. He's had multiple affairs.
So we don't know what the fuck she's been through emotionally, and her salvage for it might be eating or unhealthy habits or whatever the case may be. So we're not going to sit here and talk about her.
And she also has lupus.
Right, that's how I thought. I'm like, she is sick, right? Like,
now, I'm not going to use that as an excuse because here's my issue. And I said this before, and then I'm going to let Will say his piece. My thing is this.
Yes, I mean, I whoop the hell out of both of them.
Well, we know. We be looking for bail money. Regardless of
that's why I don't walk in here.
What happens to...
I ain't trying to get shot.
Right. Regardless of what happens to your wife. Okay, I'm not going to give the fact that she has lupus as an excuse. It doesn't matter. She gained weight because she just fucking was eating bonbons.
Right.
Like you said, that's your wife. To have it to hold, rich or poor. If you don't want to be with her anymore, then fucking divorce her. But what pisses me off is that people made this into a fat shaming situation where Layla Rashawn was like, oh, well, he married Sunshine and look at what he got now. He was cheating on her when she was still fucking Sunshine.
Thank you.
Because so
the thing is,
you know, that pisses me off that people are turning this into, oh, well, you know, oh, she should have kept herself up. Are you serious right now?
Right.
Really?
And that's the thing about, I was going to say that he was cheating before she had the first damn baby. So here we are early in our marriage. We just had this child and you out fucking other people. Like, for real, be a fucking man. You should never have got married. You should never have come.
Right, I ain't heard no backlash.
I'm all the way mad at him because you should have been a man and never fucking got married in the first place.
Ain't nobody mad at him.
Ain't nobody mad at you sitting here.
That's the funniest part to me.
And that's how we do.
That's hilarious.
We sit here. We trying to sit here trying to body shame Layla.
And it goes
we talking shit about Nicole. But he
always made.
And while we out there talking about Layla and Nicole, he probably out fucking somebody else right now. He probably got 3rd, 4th, 5th baby on the way from somebody else. We don't know. And it's like, I don't give a fuck with you. I don't give a fuck what she did. This is your wife. This is your wife. I mean, the thing about it is, you don't. I say she go to therapy, work through whatever emotions she may have because of his infidelity. I say if she so choose to.
That's true, Monkship. Insecure people make insecure statements.
Yes, hire a if she so choose to. If she's not happy with her overall health, hire fitness, a nutritionist, a fitness trainer, whatever case may be.
If that's what she wants.
As I say, if she and then turn around and then divorce his ass.
Right, because the only part of this scenario that I blame, and I don't even
black woman.
Right, and I don't even like to use the word blame because, again, like you say, you don't know what's going on behind closed doors. The fact that he had 2 women outside of your marriage, I would have left his ass a long time ago. But again, I can't judge your decisions. Now, what you got to say?
But obviously, she's taking her marriage vows
to him more important.
I was just, you know what?
But you're right.
When I saw it, I was like, well, I figured when the story, it was just a flash on my page. I'm like, this dude about to go through the wolves. I'm like, this is about to be on her. And my thought was, like, something in public, though? Like, at the spot in front
of multiple pictures, so it didn't just happen one time. And then she multiple positions.
I'm like, for real?
In the pool, out the pool.
I'm like, this how you gonna do? Like, you got money for like hotel rooms, limousines,
but
and all
that shows
that.
you right there. Doing? He don't give a shit about her.
And that's
her
exactly
feelings,
exactly
nothing.
He on that spot.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That is his. I'm sorry.
We're
gonna shut up. Come on, let's
keep your emotions together. When I turned around, I clicked on all the pages, saw all the comments. It was all about Lil Rashawn. And Nicole Murphy, I'm like, oh, okay. So this is why women destroy themselves again. Yay. And you wonder why. And then I said, how is it so easy for dudes? She keep getting away with this. I should just, like, when I saw that on one of the comments, I should have just scrolled back up and like screenshot that joint and like put it back in. Because I'm like, this is why.
This is reasonable. And
this is why.
And this is the thing about it is, I'm looking like this. My husband and I have been together total. I don't know, 24 years.
How you go from 14 to 24? Though?
Right, that's not.
I knew there's a 4 in there somewhere.
Together.
So since 1995, fuck y'all, 95. Okay. He can go out here and find him a fucking Nicole Mitchell Murphy. I hope that bitch can fight. Let's just start there. First of all,
why you gonna fight her and not fight him?
I'm not done. I'm not done because this is the way I look at it. If she come back and be like, oh,
she get to fight. Anchorman gets shot.
Oh, hell, he getting pistol whipped. I'm not wasting bullets. Fuck that. No, I'm not wasting my fucking bullets. They cost too much. Fuck that. Fuck that.
You know
and then when I'm done, guess what?
Go ahead.
When I'm done, she can have your ass. Whatever's left in the front yard.
Whatever's
left
in the front yard.
Because I'm gonna leave his ass somewhere between heaven and hell. Fuck that.
In the
not
front
doing
yard.
it. In the front yard.
So your front yard is the halfway point between heaven and hell.
Heaven and hell. And the thing
if
about
y'all
it
ain't know, if y'all figured out, we on the East Coast and DMV.
We're between heaven and hell.
Meets yard. I'm pretty sure it's like on the curve. That's a halfway point between heaven and hell. Well, let y'all know.
Because and honestly, if she may get a pass, if she try to be all
bold,
bold,
dude out there, you know what happened.
If she try to be all bold and be like, yeah, talking try.
Well, yeah, if she come crazy,
I know where I can find him. I'm gonna get her ass where I got her.
Okay, so
but I'm sitting here,
angry man.
You about to say?
Well, I'm saying it's something my mom told me.
What mama say?
What up, random TV reviews? Hey, boo.
Cause we was watching Oprah.
I know that's Lynette. What up, boo?
Like back in the day, Oprah, when she, was always crushing dudes' egos and whatnot on the show and all of that.
Good old days.
The good old days.
The good old days.
What's that? Go ahead.
Right. She was and she was talking to me, but I was junior. I was like, what? I was like, well, what about that? Because my father, full time in the Navy, sailor, old school sailor, gone most of the year. And she was like, your father, whatever, he gone for months at a time. He could do. I mean, it is what it is. I can't control that. But if he ever come back
with that bullshit,
with something he can leave here with and give it to me, he got to die.
Mama.
Now he got to die.
No,
but I ain't mad at her. I'm not
if
mad at mama for it.
If he give me some shit I didn't have before he left, when he get back, he got to die.
Hey.
Mama.
Hey.
So mom was a nurse. VA nurse, all that, so she knew every disease there was out there.
And how come?
And not just a disease. Don't bring another person up in here that you ain't leave here with. How about that?
Because this ain't fences.
And even that. So
no.
So
and my issue is this. My issue is in all seriousness, this is how I feel. I made my commitment to you, not to anybody else. You made a commitment to me. I get it. My husband, he's athletic. He's a nice looking guy. He gets out. He's really friendly. He's open, blah, blah, blah. I get that.
Man can't dance.
He ain't dead. He's not dead. I get women being attracted to him. I get him seeing attractive women. Hell, let me tell you, if Jake Gyllenhaal or Keanu Reeves, Lord.
So you wouldn't be mad if he got you a drink for some girl that's trying to buy something at the bar?
Huh? What'd you say?
So you wouldn't be mad if he got you a drink for some girl trying to get him something at the bar?
If she buy drinks too, if she buy 2 drinks, we good.
If my husband get a mission, that bitch better upgrade our lives. I need a Maserati, bitch. I need vacations every 3 to 6 months. Upgrade. If you're gonna do it, take one for the team. Do it for all of us.
Take one for the team.
Man, you can do it.
Right. Who calling Ayanna to get Layla to talk to her? I would look at that episode. Let Ayanna talk to Layla.
You know what? Layla trying to fix her life. In all honesty, I'd rather see.
But they said they reconciled. They're back together. Like they're good.
No, because he's gonna do it again. I'm sorry.
Of course he's gonna do it again.
Your husband
ain't stopped doing. You think he stopped? You think that he's stopped saying okay?
Your husband had 2 kids.
What would be his reason to stop?
Right? Why would he stop? He has no incentive.
And that's why I'm a
There's
one
no
quitter.
consequence for the behavior.
That's why I'm a one quitter.
Kids, right?
They have 2 kids. Their kids are teenagers. Their kids are probably reading.
Wait, are they like her kids?
Yeah, both of their kids.
They're their children.
No, they have them together.
I was just asking.
No, they have them together.
It seems like a fair question.
No, it is.
They're their children. They're like 15 and 16, 16 and 17. They're like teenagers and they're really close in age. They have a boy and a girl. So their children are old enough to read this and see what's going on and know what's going on.
Understand what's going on.
hope they're successful.
So I'm like, and that's what
in whatever business that they in, because as soon as they out and they on they just gone.
And cheating is a selfish act because he's only thinking about himself, what he wants or what he needs at that moment. Again, your children are old enough to see daddy fucking around with auntie, because let Nicole tell her they friends. They've been friends for a while. They good friends. I've had friends that I've had for years, and we ain't never been in that position to have photos or nothing taken. So I'm not sure what type of friendship they got going on.
What did you say?
I said I've had friends that I've known for years, and we've never been nowhere near to be in that position or anything. With
I was trying to figure out what photos was.
The photos.
Photos.
You know what?
You said photos. I was like, what?
So it's like, he had no consideration for himself, his wife, his children, anything.
There's no risque photos of me and Mink anywhere.
And it never will be.
Or me and Angry Man or none of that. Like, it's just, no. No.
And
not at all.
And it's like,
me and Don Pablo and Fat Boy was at their prom.
Y'all weren't.
And that drives me to this question. Can men and women who are married have friends of the opposite sex?
Yeah, they can. But there has to be parameters.
Sitting right here, right now.
I was gonna say
no. I don't have a problem with it, but
no, they can be. But there has to be rules and parameters, and everybody has to respect the situation. You know what I mean? I'm a single woman. Most of my friends are married. Like,
I think this more has to do with the couple themselves. And how comfortable they are.
Like I said, he has no incentive to stop doing what he's been doing. And he's going to keep being bold about it because there's been no consequence for the bad behavior.
I'm sorry, I advise all women
because he has not been trashed on social media at all.
Right, that's what
I've seen.
None of this backlash is even coming at him.
Y'all prove me wrong. Y'all prove me wrong if y'all want to.
Right.
Y'all know what it is.
Right.
It's right here. Tell me if I'm wrong. Right. Nobody.
But my thought is that you said
exactly, Ebony. See, that's where the whooping come in. That's where the whooping comes in right there.
Probably my friends with my husband.
Right. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying?
She's not a friend. I mean, with friends,
she's not your friend.
She was a friend. Wasn't that a Kelly Price song?
Yes.
Slept with my man.
I know the song. Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? Yeah.
But the thing is, she's truly definition of the saying, with friends like this, we don't need enemies.
That's true, Ebony.
Friends.
How many of us have them?
Let's be. Oh, friends. Shook your hand. She stole your man, and it was done so smooth. It had to be a plan.
Trust with keys, let alone your.
Trust with trees, let alone your keys. Yeah. Friends like this, we don't need enemies. I'm like she.
And wondering how long it was all going on, and you still not sure if you're glad he's gone. What if she took him? He was never mine. But deep down, so you know it's another lie.
Okay. So I'm just like,
all right, little baby. Yeah, nobody's talking about it. Ain't nobody gonna start now.
I think he's trifling. He's a man. He's a person.
I hope it falls off.
He should never have ever gotten married ever. I mean, because again, it was rumored within a year or two.
It won't get up, and a pill won't fix it.
It was rumored when he first got in. They first got married within a year or two.
But he was movie. He's good.
That's what I'm saying. So that was before. That's when she was still sunshine.
And his next movie is good. Don't worry about it.
And they've been married for what? 18, 19, 20 years.
Yeah, they've been married for a minute.
It's like you have no respect. Honestly, you have no respect for yourself. Just be slinging dick across town like that. You have no respect for your wife. Your
Are we sure they don't have open marriage?
Maybe they do.
Okay, but no, hold up now. This is my issue with the whole open marriage thing.
All I'm saying, are we sure?
I don't know them people.
Is she sure?
No, because they got an open marriage. She just don't know it.
She just ain't acting out on it.
I was just asking.
And the minute she was a step out, because best believe, she's still a lot of men's sunshine. The minute she step out and start getting a little slapping sick of herself, his ass probably roll over and die. Like a fart in the wind. He probably because
men can dish it, but they cannot take
his ego. The fact that she's not, and I think that's part of the problem. The fact that she's not sitting, if she's not sitting at home catering and waiting on him, stroking his ego. A lot of men, especially with that type of recognition and power, are not able to handle.
Say dudes when you say that.
Dudes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a lot of dudes like that.
Yeah.
They can't deal with it as opposed to men.
Right.
They can't handle it. They can't deal with
That's
it.
What I'm saying.
Hey, Carolyn.
I mean, if you out there,
hey, Carolyn.
Be out there. That's what I mean. Because if that's how y'all roll, cool. Now,
I don't understand what words.
Because I laugh at guys, I'm like, don't stop talking about it. Stop talking about over marriage and all that. Stop talking about it. He was like, because of what y'all just said. Because I posed a question. I was like, all right, cool. You doing you. What happens when she does her? Because that's the agreement y'all made. She was like, well, that's for me. You don't know what open marriage is.
Yeah, and
you should just stop.
Like on Real Housewives of
stop.
Atlanta, Shamari DeVoe was saying that her and Ron DeVoe from New Edition decided to have an open marriage. And she said he was going out sleeping with all these different women across town. And then she was going out sleeping with different women across town. He was out with multitudes. She had 2 or 3, I think it was. But one stipulation that he put on her was she couldn't be with another man. So you can go out with all the opposite sex that you want, but she said staying within her. No.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, that's the thing about an open marriage. There are rules to open marriage.
These
that both have been
lifestyles that are out there. That's all I'm saying. Fellas, if you can't handle your woman sleep with somebody else, just don't do it.
Don't get married.
Don't bring it up. Just don't bring it up. Don't talk about it. Don't ask about it.
If you feel as though you still have this side of you that you will male
the 50s is over.
Child, the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s are done. And free love.
Over and done.
Free love.
So,
ended with age.
If you want to be part of the game goes all the way around.
Right.
That's all I'm saying.
My thought is this. If you want to be in a relationship.
Be mad at me if you want to.
Be in an open relationship. My thoughts is be in an open relationship, don't be in an open marriage. Because part of your wedding vows is forsaking all others. Don't just say it because it's a part of the routine, it's a part of that day. Right. Actually say it and mean it. No one's saying that you can't be in a committed relationship and have your boundaries or your whatevers and go on, but why bring it into your marriage? Because what happens when you get to a point where, one person is loving their open side of marriage, they're loving it, and then the other partner isn't getting it or isn't getting as much, then you bring in the jealousy thing.
Because when it's not even is a problem.
It is.
Now,
or what happens if
if it's open, you have a person and spouse has a person, it's even.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But when it's not even, and someone has extra time, but you still have your person, somebody gonna catch feelings.
But what happens?
It doesn't even matter. That's how it happens.
But what happens if you get quantity? Like say the husband, he gets a multitude of women. He has 5, 6 girls in rotation. He good. He happy with them. But then she gets quality. She gets her one guy.
Right.
But he's taking her out. He's taking her to place. Like she says to you, I want to go here. I don't have time. So she's like, he's flying me to Paris for breakfast. We're going on a cruise next week. What happens if she gets quality over your quantity? It's equal because we both have something or someone monopolizing or occupying our time. Mm-hmm. But if you feel, men egos, if you feel as though that he's giving her something, but I mean, I'm not.
And egos.
But if he's giving her,
you're talking about getting local booty and traveling the world. But
I'm saying, if your wife's side man is giving her something that you can't provide for her. In an open marriage, would that cause jealousy?
That's not.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's not open marriage. That's you're actually dating somebody else. Like,
but it is in a sense
it's way beyond sex.
He want to fly me to Paris and fucking Paris. He wants to fly me to Australia in Australia. He wants to fly me to New Zealand. I mean, he just like international sky high. What is it called?
Mile High Club. Mile High fuck it.
Yeah, that's what he wants.
He's like,
but that's the thing again. But I think going back to we don't know what the parameters of their marriage is. But even if let's just say for the purpose of the conversation, even if they have,
so I guess the show's gonna end one way or another.
Right. Even if they have an open marriage,
okay.
I promise you, I know people who've been in open marriages. There are still rules.
Quantify what just happened. The battery on the computer is low.
But you didn't see. They didn't see it.
So he was saying to quantify what was said.
Oh, about the show and yeah. But what I'm saying is,
so we just drop off. Don't be mad.
We ain't gonna drop off because this is the last hashtag anyway. But what I'm saying is, even if they have an open marriage, there are rules. When people who have an open marriage, there are rules that are put in place.
Absolutely.
And so, I promise you, one of the rules though, I promise you, is to be discreet. So even if they have an open marriage, you getting caught by the paparazzi and not one, not two, but multiple pictures of you and Nicole Murphy in different places,
it was just random
different locations.
What you talking about? Paparazzi.
But I bet you that person is a paparazzi now because they got paid for those pictures. So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's just all about how it's a discretion involved as well. You know what I mean?
And you're absolutely right about that. The fact that you were
make the
caught,
other person feel stupid.
I mean, you're caught head on the ass.
Hell, I need a Sierra
down.
prayer. Shit.
What?
Sierra prayer.
Sierra prayer. Yeah, she prayed for Russell Wilson. I need a prayer. Come on. Because I need me a man.
The quarterback in the NFL.
Well, you know what? She said she prayed for a man who would love her,
Right.
a man who would love her son.
Exactly.
She wanted a godly man.
I got the whole thing. I was just messing with
Right.
the classic. Go ahead.
I mean, I'll take a quarterback in the NFL, but that ain't
right. I mean, it was a lot that went with it, but I think part of it that a lot of women
Is that
are
a
missing.
requirement that he?
But I think a lot of things that women are
job
missing
is requirement though.
with the Sierra prayer is she wanted somebody who was one rooted in God.
Mm-hmm.
She wanted somebody who had himself together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and I think that's what a lot of women miss with the whole Sierra prayer thing.
And also, she was willing to do the work because remember they were celibate. Remember, I mean, there had to be, sacrifices on both sides. So
just like I look at I love them together, Megan Good and her husband. I can think his name right now.
Oh yeah, I love them too. And I love how he defends her. I love how he has her back.
I told one that interview when they were on stage and ladies like, what? And he was like, hold up.
And he jumped up.
Yeah, he was like, what we not gonna do? And a lot of people bashed him for that. He shouldn't have said that to that woman. I said, no, he did exactly what he was supposed to do as a husband.
Exactly what he was supposed to do.
He protected his family.
Absolutely.
He put himself in
and wasn't wrong with her outfit.
Honestly.
What? She said honest. What?
I don't. And my thing is this, and I feel like, I don't feel like just because you're a woman of God, but she's a woman of God. I don't think because you're a woman of God means you got to just wear, dresses that start here and end at your ankles and all that. Like
she's a first lady. She's not a nun.
Right, and she's still an actress, and she still has to play the game to a certain extent. She ain't out here naked. She didn't walk out with pasties on her breast. Yes, it was a revealing dress, but she ain't doing nothing but going home to her husband.
She's a 20-something, 30-something-year-old woman. She's
with a banging body.
Yeah, she's beautiful. I would pay for it.
Okay.
I pay to have that damn body.
Mary got a new song out talking about drop it low for Jesus.
What? Wait a minute. No, you did not just say that.
Drop it low for Jesus. Find it. Drop it low.
I ain't gonna lie though. Ain't that kind of what they've been doing though?
They ain't. But Mary had an album in forever. That was like the whole thing on their reality show. Was that the record company was like, "Can we get a new Mary album?" So now their new single is "Drop It Low for Jesus."
She another one too busy chasing behind her husband.
Lord?
Is that what it's called? Drop It Low for the Lord.
She's another one chasing behind her husband.
I promise you, Warren produced that shit. Warren used to work for Death Row. He might be of God now, but he used to work for Death Row.
Exactly, little baby.
I'm gonna have to listen to it later because I can't listen to it right now. I want to get the video flag.
It's nobody's business how.
But that's really a song though, because I just heard people talking about it. That's really a song by Mary called "Drop It Low for the Lord."